Hi there, welcome to Coaching with Tally. Today talking about how to get results without being overwhelmed. So do you ever feel like you are juggling a whole lot of different things and just trying to keep everything in the air and not get overwhelmed by all of it? Just like move things forward, create a little bit of life balance, like in all the different areas of your life, have things that are moving forward and not drop the ball, not feel overwhelmed. It's really pretty challenging to do. My name is Tally. I am a life and personal development coach, and I work with leaders around this very thing, around getting movement in every area of life, having that sense of life balance, moving things forward in all of the important areas without having anything slipping through the cracks, really creating a life that they love living and seeing progress in every area. So it's really, really easy to feel out of balance, to feel like you are killing it on some things and dropping the ball on other things. It's just what is our natural tendency, because we tend to be really strong in certain areas and not as focused in other areas. And so it's challenging to move all of those things forward, to feel like you're making progress in every important area of life without having some kind of tool that helps you measure success along the way. And when you have one of those kind of tools in place that you can come back to again and again and measure yourself against, it creates an ability really for you to be present in the moments that you're in. So rather than feeling like wherever you are, you should be somewhere else, or when you're here, you're dropping the ball over in this thing, or when you're there, you should be moving this thing forward. I think that's a very common experience, especially for leaders who are up to big things and doing a lot and have very full lives. It's really challenging to be fully present in where you're at, knowing that everything is moving forward. And so there is a tool that I use with my clients, and it's incredibly, incredibly supportive in achieving this sense of forward movement in every area, every important area. And it is called a life wheel assessment. So I don't know if you've ever done a life wheel assessment before, but it's a really powerful tool that allows you to look at every important area of life. So the one that I've developed has 8 areas, and it basically just takes all of the important areas in your life and all the important things and puts it into one of the 8 areas, so that you can know that if you're looking at your life wheel, you're moving everything that's important, you're moving that forward. And you're getting really clear. So a life wheel, like an original life wheel assessment, what it's gonna do is give you clarity right now. It's like a snapshot. Clarity into what it is, like how satisfied you are right now with every area of your life. So you're gonna look at your spirituality and inner growth. You're gonna look at career calling, your sense of abundance and finance. You'll look at your ability to be a contribution. How satisfied are you with the ways that you're giving back out of all of your resources? You're gonna look at rest and refuel. How do you fill back up and get energy and stay alive and be able to be in overflow? We'll look at health and wellness, and then relationships, so friends and family, and love and romance. So you look at each one of those 8 areas of life, you get really clear about how satisfied am I right now with each one of these. And in terms of like where you could be, so knowing what's possible for you, you get clear about where you feel like you're at in regard to that level of possibility. And it's a 1 to 10 scale. So you come out of completing your life wheel, and it'll probably look something like this, where some areas will be higher, other areas will be lower, but you get real clarity on where you're at. And what it does is it gives you the ability to then look at the white space in here. So between here and here, like what's in the gap for you from where you are? So maybe it's here, like maybe you only have 2 spaces to get to 10, or maybe you have 8 spaces to get to 10. But you get clear about what would be happening in your life, what would be on your calendar, what would you be feeling and experiencing if that were at a 10 for you. And so it steps you into very clear vision about what you want in each of these areas of your life, which is really helpful information. So you have like what's colored in here, that almost is like the whole thing is like a GPS system. So wherever you are, 2 out of 10 or 8 out of 10 or 4 out of 10, whatever it is, that is like your current location. Your current location in that area of your life. In each of the areas of your life, you get really clear about where you're currently at, and then what a 10 out of 10 would be for you. You get really clear what's in the gap here, the vision between, you know, where you are and where you want to be. You get clear on the vision, and then you figure out, you reverse engineer that and get clarity around what it's going to take to get from where you are to where you want to be. Incredibly helpful tool. And really it's all about measuring that progress over time. So you know that when you do this work, when you take the time to get clear about where you are, you get clear vision about where you want to go, and then you map out a path to get there, then you don't have to feel like you're always juggling, and when I'm here I should be over there, when I'm there I should, because you map it out and you create the plan, and you know that when you're right here you can be all here, and when you're over here you can be all here, and you have it mapped out in your life so that everything is moving forward and you're coming back to your life wheel again and again. Like with my private clients, we measure every few months. I get a clean life wheel out and we remeasure and we look at the progress and we celebrate the growth, and we look at what's still in the gap and what do we want to pivot to get there even more efficiently, what's working about what we're doing, and what still needs to be tweaked slightly to get there even faster. It's just a really helpful tool. There is a law called Pearson's Law, and it says whatever, or that which is measured and reported improves exponentially. And so when you have something you're coming back to and you're measuring it against, and you're reporting it, you're basically like, okay, here's my next life wheel. So this was her first one, and at the end of her year, she did a 12-month package. She was at a 98%. So she went from 41% satisfaction with life. So like I'm less than half happy with my life. Like, I don't know the best way to say that. And then within 12 months, she's like 98%. Like I am loving my life in every area. And she did the work. I mean, she created the steps, but it started with knowing where you are and then getting clear about where you want to go. So super, super helpful. It's an incredible tool. I've used it with hundreds of people now, and I just see consistent, measurable results. It's amazing. It just works. It's a really simple but very profound way to move something forward in your life. And this is normally something that I do with my private clients. It's also something I use in my mastermind that I lead, and I have a course created that the entire thing is that process of building this out. And something with everything going on, something I decided I wanted to do is just give away a life wheel assessment. So I'm going to be doing a totally free workshop this Thursday night. It's going to be April 30th, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and I'll go live on Zoom, so it'll be interactive. You can ask me questions. We're going to do this together, and all you need to do is just, there will be a link in the comments below this video, and you can click on that, give me your name and email, and I'll send you a blank one of these life wheels, and I'll send you the Zoom link so that you can jump on totally for free and do a life wheel assessment. So you get real clarity about where you are right now, and it'll allow you to step yourself into where it is that you want to go and create the vision for your life and have something to measure against and come back to again and again and again. So hopefully that's supportive for you in learning how to juggle all of the things in life without being overwhelmed. It's just a really simple but profound tool, and it's my gift to you in this time. So thank you for being here, and hopefully I will see you Thursday night at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.